Hi, I'm Don, and tonight I thought I'd bring you a special treat. 2016, a company called Hysterical Games came out with a line called the Panzerfaust, in which they took the fantasy races and put them in a World War I, World War II type of setting. And tonight I thought I would show you my German Dwarves, which came along with the sets. And I just love these guys. You know me, I'm a laugh a minute. Over here we have the Panzerfaust. As you can see, the Dwarven miniatures are carrying them on their shoulders and firing them. Here we have machine gun teams with the ammo carriers in the back. Here we have the various infantry in the unit. I think I've got a platoon or maybe even a company there. Let me show the rest of them. I particularly like the fact that they've got a number of them with smizers. Here we have the original tank that the Panzerfaust line came out with. And as you can see, it's a bear with armor on the back of it. You can see from the front of it how heavily armored it is. Down here, we have the cook for the battalion. She has a beer stein and a frying pan. And here we have the medic, which is Red Cross band and a wounded soldier. Here we have the heavy weapon teams. We have a machine gun, heavy machine gun. We have boffins with some type of super secret weapon. We have a mortar. And here we have a robot of some type with the two boffins moving along with it to make sure it's working. And smaller robots made out of leftover pickle helms from World War I. Here we have the command section. We have, I guess this is a commissar. Here we have Carl Franz. Here we have one of the dwarves mounted on a war pig. And here we have a radio operator. Now, in the back, these weren't particularly made by the Panzerfaust line. Two more I forgot. Here we have the Bear Wojtek with a machine gun. And here we have an ogre, which, as you can see, has the German helmet and the heavy machine gun on his arm. Now, over here, we have some tanks, which I added. These aren't official Panzerfaust units, but I added them. It's my collection. I can do what I want with it, right? This is a Ming vehicle. It's MENG is the name of the company. They are still in business. And they make regular 1/35th to 1/72nd scale miniatures. But they also came out with a line for a game called Cartoon Wars, which I don't believe ever came out properly, but the tanks did. This is a Tiger 1, and here we have a Panther. Those are the two Ming vehicles. I've got Ming vehicles for most of the other lines in the Panzerfaust group. Here's my half-track with a cannon mounted on the back of it. You can see the dwarves in the back firing the gun.
Did you say part of that was Warhammer? Or?
Yeah, the cannon itself is Warhammer.
Okay.
I believe that's a Space Orc cannon. Here you can see this is a D7 World War I German tank. That's a very small scale. I added it with the dwarf driver in the cockpit, as it were. And then here's a slightly larger version of the D7. These are both resin with metal parts added to them. Not sure what company these three are from, though. Here we have an assault gun. And you can see the dwarf in the back getting ready to fire it. This is the Reaper cast. This is Victorian Miniatures long cannon, BFG gun. And this is my dwarf balloon with a couple of Gatling guns on his arms. The Panzerfaust line sadly went out of business in 2018, and honestly, I've been unable to find any more of them on eBay or any of the other sites. There just don't seem to be anybody interested in selling their collections, so they're among the rarest of the rare now, which is strange for a line that came out just 5 odd years ago and then went out of business. At the end, they had a GoFundMe, which they were going to do a series of aircraft for the game, which had eagles with soldiers riding on the backs, dropping bombs in a fighter position, as it were. And sadly, I was unable to get any of those miniatures. Now, I do have the other lines, and in the future I'll show you those. But I hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse at the Panzerfaust line with Becky behind the camera and me, I'm Don. And I hope you had as much fun watching them as we had showing them to you. Good night.